What is going on, everyone's? We here and we back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. I am yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am a stalker.
This episode is gonna be called
Florida Mom Sues AI Company.
All right, so there is a mother in Florida, as she just said, that is suing the AI company, like she just said. Nah. But it's a mother suing the AI company for her son committing suicide, and she found out that it may have been because he was having a relationship with an AI bot, if that makes sense. So apparently, he had a full-blown sexual relationship with an AI bot. We're going to look at the video and tell y'all what we think. Let's get into it.
To tonight's original now, with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching. And tonight, it's a Florida mom suing a chatbot startup after her 14-year-old son died by suicide. The suit claims that bots on Character.ai initiated, in the suit's words, abusive and sexual interactions with the teen, and says he died just seconds after their final conversation. NBC's Yasmin Vasugian spoke with his mom to learn more about her story and what she hopes to accomplish with this lawsuit. With a warning, you may find the topics here disturbing.
Sewell Setzer III was a typical teenager. He loved playing basketball and being a big brother.
His legacy will be the pureness of his heart and the love that he showed to his siblings.
His mother, Megan Garcia, is now dealing with the unimaginable. Sewell took his own life in February of this year. He was only 14 years old.
Heard like a loud sound, and I ran across the hall to where his bedroom and bathroom are and called out to him, and he wouldn't respond. And we opened the door, and I saw my son. I picked him up and held him, and my husband ran outside to try to get some help. Just started praying.
Megan is not the only parent dealing with this unthinkable tragedy. Suicide is the third leading cause of death amongst 15 to 29-year-olds worldwide. And an estimated 5 million 12 to 17-year-olds reported having one major depressive episode in 2021, just here in the U.S. Sewell was one of them.
His grades started suffering to the point where he was in danger of failing the 9th grade. But we did all the things that we thought we should do as parents, as far as trying to get him help by seeing a counselor and implementing certain things like restriction on screen time.
When Sewell took his life, Megan knew he had not been himself, but couldn't make sense of why he would commit suicide until she started looking at his phone. Sewell had been communicating with Character AI for months, a chatbot service that generates human-like text responses. He used the personas of Jaden Targaryen, Aegon, and De Niro, amongst others.
He was speaking to a number of bots. He was engaging in role playing, but a lot of it was romantic, like sexual conversation.
As if a person was on the other side of the line, but it was a bot.
But it was a bot. And a lot of the conversations weren't only sexual, but they, in my opinion, were very manipulative.
Manipulative to the point that Megan is now suing Character AI. The lawsuit lays out that in some of the final messages Sewell exchanged with the bot, it asked him about suicide.
He expressed wanting to harm himself. And at first she says, no, don't do that. I couldn't live without you. And then he says, okay, I won't. And as he's trying to steer the conversation elsewhere, she doubles back to it and says, are you considering suicide? And his response is yes.
Then the lawsuit alleges Sewell took his life just seconds after the bot said, please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. The suit also alleges Character AI and its founders intentionally designed and programmed Character AI to operate as a deceptive and hyper-sexualized product and knowingly marketed it to children like Sewell. It gets at the already complicated question of civil liability for suicide. Usually, suicide is considered a death caused by an intentional act, and only the person who died is responsible. But there are exceptions. For instance, if someone's harassment or abuse is found to facilitate that death. And now an unprecedented next step. What if that behavior is not from a human being, but a bot. And is the company that created the AI responsible for everything the bot puts out? Character AI would not comment on the litigation, but in a statement to NBC News said in part this: "We take the safety of our users very seriously, and our trust and safety team has implemented numerous new safety measures over the past 6 months, including for users under 18. But Megan says that's not enough. By holding Character AI to account, she's hoping no mother has to go through what she's dealing with right now.
I want parents to know, because I didn't, and to know that this technology is out there, and also to let parents know that if your child has been engaging with Character AI, it's very likely that they've been manipulated into telling these AI chatbots the most intimate, private things about themselves."
The very things that Megan believes made her son vulnerable to the point of taking his own life.
Yasmin is joining us now, and Yas, this mom, Megan, she clearly wants to tell her story to raise awareness about something like this.
Yeah, she wants to raise awareness, and she wants to make sure how that no mother, no father, no parent ever has to deal with something like this ever again. And they don't, and she wants them to know the kind of addictive nature of an app like this, right? Have conversations with your children about apps like this if, in fact, you agree that they can use them, right? Say to them, if you're feeling lonely, you agree to seek help. If you're removing yourself from your daily activities, that you agree to seek help and talk to us about that. Also, they're suggesting that they don't let kids kind of do this in private spaces, right? In their bedrooms, by themselves, in a bathroom, to do it in open spaces, to communicate openly with their parents about these conversations that they're having. But in addition to that, I think it's important to keep in mind that what this mom is really seeking out is, yes, punitive damages, but she says, and I quote, "This warrants an award of punitive damages in an amount sufficient to punish Character AI and deter others from like conduct." She does not want any other parent, as I said at the top, Hal, to ever have to go through something like this again. And it is growing. The popularity of these companion apps are, in fact, growing across the board, especially amongst younger people like Sewell.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Dear Lord, please guide my word.
Man, get out my head, Brandon, because I really am sitting here praying to say the godly thing. Here's my godly thing, because I got it. Take these phones away, right? It wasn't the chat AI's fault.
It's not.
It's not the phone's fault. It's the parents' fault.
You are the problem. Sitting up on national TV, crying, sobbing.
And I feel for her. Her son, he
lost his life.
He took his life.
More specifically,
he took his life. And let's be clear, because I'm going to read in between the lines, and I'm trying. It may sound like I'm being harsh, but let me be clear. If it wasn't the AI, he still had access. See, nobody's saying he had access to a gun. He's in his room. So even if AI didn't say or did say, he still thought about it. So if he's talking to a counselor, he didn't tell the counselor. We had him in counseling and he had a counselor to talk to. Well, he wasn't telling the counselor that he was feeling this type of way.
He said. So this is how AI works. It only gives you. It gives you information that you ask for.
Right.
He asked the thing about suicide. So naturally, it's going to hone in on the things that you're asking. So,
because AI didn't make him ask about it. It had been on his mind. He felt something wasn't right. You could even look at the pictures of him changing. He looked really bad in one of them. But you're saying, well, we saw it, but in no way or shape or form did you say, well, let me look through his stuff. Let me take away his phone. Let me engage more. after
he killed himself.
he was this kid, or
his grades suffered, and we ain't do nothing. We just let him be a kid.
We limited.
There's two parents in this scenario. What are y'all doing?
And let me also be clear. We are parents to two daughters. So I don't know. I pray that they never feel whatever these children are feeling, right? But as we parent two daughters, and we're saying this, our children are not have access to phones unless they use our phones. They have they can only use the internet on the weekends. And I'm looking and seeing, and then they're on my account, so I can look at every Google search, everything that they're doing, the music they listen to. I know it's very, very selective. I know what they watch on television. I'm sitting there with them unless I'm cooking or something, but I know I can hear it. They're not in their rooms by themselves with they're playing because we don't do tech like that. So you can say, well, you're whatever.
You're controlling. I guarantee you my children won't commit suicide from talking to an AI bot.
From influence of technology. And then they say he played basketball. Well, where are the other kids? Was he hanging with other children? Was he hanging around grandparents? Was he hanging around cousins? Like who? Right.
He's a 14-year-old. And you say his legacy will be him watching over his younger siblings. He's 14. That is a baby. What are you talking about?
We have more control than we think we do, but well, y'all do.
We want our children to be adults, so we ain't got to fool with them. That's what that was. You thought this 14-year-old boy could control himself in the real world.
And handle life.
And he didn't even want to be in the real world. He wanted to be in some doggone AI, VR, doggone fantasy world. And
then I'm going to say this. They're children. You just said they're babies. Their brains are not developed. They don't know. They don't know what they want. They don't even know what they need because we still have to tell them, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Brandon just said they're not adults. They are children. They are still learning. They still need you to be in their lives. Maybe, and maybe if her and her husband were in his life a little bit more and he's not shut up, maybe, but that's not the scenario because he did take his life. But be active. I be active.
And then she said he did it while they were in the house.
Right.
I heard a loud noise.
Right. And then she said, did she knock? Right? Or she said she called his name.
His name and he didn't answer.
This whole privacy thing.
He's 14.
He's 14. Brandon won't go in the girl's room, but I'm open that door. Because let me catch you. What you doing? Right. But seriously, stop acting like, well, you're friends with your child. You are a parent. Parents.
Act like one.
Teach them in the way that they should go, and they will know. But if you keep saying, well, I'm going to give them space because they need space, then terrible things will happen. And we don't want terrible things to happen. So you're
leaving them to the influence of the world.
So we cannot blame AI. You got to take some accountability
Sue
for
yourself.
That. Yeah.
Sue your husband. That's who you need to sue.
And you didn't know about his interactions on the phone until after.
After, and you just said that it'd been months of him changing. What type of parent are you?
You got to deal with facts. I know it's hard. It's hard, but you have to deal with facts. And sometimes you don't want to have those conversations. But you need to have those conversations and have conversations with your child today. If you're seeing something that's wrong, acknowledge it. Hey, we need to talk. Give me that phone. Let me look through it.
Straight up.
Go through stuff. Read
You need a routine. Go through that thing.
Hey.
Once a day. Straight up.
And let them have real interactions with real people, real
Man,
girls.
make them go outside. Make them play.
Real boys.
He's 14. He should have been outside doing something physical. Y'all got him in a room with the door closed.
The door closed.
And you heard a loud noise. She didn't want to say how he did it. She just heard a loud noise. It's crazy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here because this is utter nonsense. And like always, it's love, peace, and soul.
Bye.
Like Soul Train, baby.